Hello, good morning, and welcome to this edition of your Sunday Special, the Sunday show on Africa Independent Television, AIT. The long list of challenges facing Nigerians and its citizens have, over time, been ascribed to poor leadership qualities of those at the helm of affairs, mostly for their inability to formulate good policies and implement them effectively when finally formulated. While successive governments at all levels claim they have the strategies to do better than their predecessors, the reality on ground continues to appear different. For how long can a nation continue in this line? What factors are possible for the persistent hardship faced by millions of Nigerians? Will the introduction of more women or the younger generation into leadership positions make the desired difference? These are some of the questions we shall be seeking their answers in this edition of the program. But before we unveil the topic for you, our esteemed viewer, let us welcome Michael and Queen Joseph. Good morning and good to have you.
How has your week been?
Beautiful.
You enjoyed it, right?
Yes.
Well, the challenges are still
We're
there.
buying heavenly petrol. Yeah.
All right, let's just keep trying because I know that things will be better.
Amen.
I pray so.
Amen.
All right, good morning. I salute you, the resilient citizen of this beloved country, Nigeria. Government policies and programs continue to look good on paper and sound very nice when delivered by those in authority or their agents. Unfortunately, what many Nigerians witness most times are on the contrary. And typical examples are the delay in the implementation of the agreed minimum wage of 2024 by many states of the Federation, and what is seemingly an irreversible continuous rise in the cost of goods and services. For instance, a United Nations World Food Program studies projected that 33.1 million Nigerians will be pushed into food insecurity in 2025 due to economic hardship, the climate crisis, and violence in the Northeast. And some of these issues and realities elicit the question, are there things that could be done differently?
Perhaps there are. But then again, how sure are we that when we explore a new approach to doing things, same approach will not be compromised and tainted with corruption and other factors that have continued to hamper meaningful development across the country? For many years and within Africa, particularly Nigeria, the debate over giving the women folk more opportunities to take up leadership positions have continued to resonate. One may ask, is this advocacy valid considering the fact that some women who had had the opportunity to lead in various capabilities and levels had at some point been found wanting? Well, this takes us to the discussion for the day, talking about women in leadership positions, the challenges and prospects.
Well, that's right. It's about that time when we take an in-depth look into the clamor for more women in leadership positions and perhaps all the baggages that come with it. We shall be engaging our guests very soon after we had taken our minds back to those issues that made the news during the week, and perhaps hear what Nigerians on the streets are saying concerning women in leadership.
It is that time we've all been waiting for. We now have with us the Federal Commissioner representing the good people of ENUGU at the Federal Character Commission. Honorable Dr. Mrs. Ginika Florence, LL.B, LL.M. That is Master-in-Law. Your resume, quite rich. All of us have to go back to school, it's important. It has really been a long time coming, and we are glad we can have this conversation with you at this time. Welcome to the Sunday Show on AIT. It's still the Sunday Show on Africa Independent Television, AIT. It is now time to talk, our discussion this morning. And interview section, yes, whatever you choose to call it, we're here. And we have a very special person. But before then, I have my colleague with me, McQueen Joseph. Once again, I say welcome.
Yes, it's time to talk the talk.
Yes, it is time to speak or spark.
I am a man blessed among women.
Oh, that's it, and that's all. All right, welcoming you once again, everyone. And I have the privilege this morning to bring to you our one and only. She is a federal commissioner representing the good people of ENUGU at the Federal Character Commission, Honorable Dr. Mrs. Ginika Florence, LL.B, LL.M. That is barrister-in-law. The CV is rich.
Yes.
You're very welcome. I pulled you out today.
You tried.
Now me fit.
But I'm here.
Thank you.
You had to pull her out.
You have always been a media person. So
Yes.
anytime we just say,
Any day,
Biao,
I'll be ready.
we are here.
Especially
Thank you
for
so
women.
much. So this morning we are looking at women in leadership, and you are in a leadership position, a commissioner. Huh?
Federal Commissioner, please
yes,
make it
not
right.
just yes, that's it. That's the word, Federal Commissioner. So how has the journey been?
Well, it's not been easy, but what we do, we keep speaking out for the right thing to be done. We keep advocating for inclusion of women with passion, with humanitarian attributes. You know, we can't give up. So I wouldn't say it's been easy, and I wouldn't say it's totally bad, because however you look at it, it's also a platform where I've been given opportunity to also speak out. So if I'm not given opportunity to do my work, but at least my mouth is allowed to speak. And when my mouth speaks is to say things should be done, you know, in advancement of our country, in ensuring that the common man is not marginalized, ensure inclusivity of women, especially for today, you said for politics, in politics, you know, so it's not been easy, but it's fine. We are there, and we keep pushing.
Yeah, good to have you. Welcome once again.
Thank you.
Yes, and you are one person when everybody didn't believe in Mr. President. You carried him like gala. You were all over the place, conventional media, social media, you were everywhere. Tell me about it.
Well,
What did you say in him?
what I see in him then, I still see it in now, regardless.
Okay.
You know, I see in him a man who is at this time ready to change the narrative. And in trying to do that, it won't be easy either. You'll be misunderstood. Things won't go well. I always say there's no gain without pain. You know, but for me, when I took on during the campaign to advocate for Mr. President, through my group, Ibokweno for Asiwaju Shetima, which didn't only include women, but men. And we went to the 36 states and FCT. We also advocated in our different, and we went home and voted. And after the vote, we in ENUGU, from ENUGU, for example, we didn't make so much vote, but I lay claim on the little they got. Because if everyone had done what I did, would have made more. You know, so I did all of that, and I have no regret. Regardless, my group are not happy though, because they can't believe that after all the risk we took, all the using our money, we didn't collect money from anybody. Nobody in this government that will say they gave us money to do the work we did. We did it within ourselves. So they are still surprised that not even a person has been given appointment among us for all that even a dead person could attest to it that we did. Instead, as a woman, I believe that women don't even need to do much to be included. But as a woman doing much and yet not included is not right, however. But we still believe that things will go better. We are hopeful that at the end of the day, at the end of the tunnel, they say there's light. So I still see that, and I'm still ready at any point in time to still push him to see until Nigeria begin to experience what will make us command national loyalty.
All right, let's talk about challenges, because there are times where we see women trying to support themselves, or a woman coming out to vie for a political position, and the same women will want to bring that particular woman down.
Yeah,
We talk about women supporting women.
Yeah.
Where is that challenge coming from?
It's coming from us women. I always say that until we affirm ourselves as women, even 10% affirmative action will never come to fruition. Because we have 4.99% of votes, and we are always there voting. Where do we put our votes? We give it to the men and we'll come and cry. Do you understand? And for those who, in one way or the other, found themselves in position of authority as women, what are they doing to lift other women up? The thing is, when they get there, they forget you. Because you won't tell me that the women that saw me on the street working with them, if they go to the president and tell him, remember that Igbo Kwenu Fashiwaju Setima woman, that he won't listen. But because they don't want to, they will not do it. Because they think they're already there. So they don't need another. So most times I hear women, like I see some pages, you see a woman say, I'm the only woman in maybe Delta State, I'm the only woman in the midst of men. Such things shouldn't be coming from us women. It will make you never to lift a woman, because you are enjoying the fact that men are 20, you are one in the middle. But as a woman, I know friends like Mary Coco, or myself, or very few of us, who will be somewhere, and once they're alone, you start hearing us shout, hey, this is not balanced though. We are the one there, but we want others to join as women so that we can have more number. So until we begin to affirm ourselves, we cannot get there. Okay, in position of authority, like where I am in Federal Character Commission, when we got in there, I saw a woman as chairman. I did a lot of publication in her favor. I have proof. I was supporting her, pushing, fighting against racketeer, writing her name, thinking she has come to change the narrative. But as time goes on, I saw that she's not ready. So sometimes they just say they have given you women. What kind of woman have you given us? You gave us somebody who do not have passion for others, who want to subject people to ridicule, who do not want people to do their job as a woman. And then once you speak out, they say you are fighting a woman. I don't see anything, me, when you see me in politics, I don't see myself as a woman. I see myself as man, woman put together. So you will never hear things like, is it because I'm a woman? Like in Enugu State, the people who didn't work for the president, like the Minister of Innovation, Uchenaji, he never worked. They even said I was gallivanting up and down. He's a man. Nobody saw him mention the president during his campaign in Cuba. Nobody saw him put him in his signboard, but they gave him minister. Didn't say anything. Leave me alone. No. What they did, they went on air, on TVC. They said they have expelled me from the party, suspended me from the APC that I beat, that they were not even a member. They were just given opportunity. I didn't condemn the appointment, so why look for me? So what did I do? I didn't say I'm a woman. I divided the party into two, took one. One of the ESCO, they are my members now, went to court to remove the chairman because he was not part of our members. So I didn't go cry, I'm a woman, no, I'm a woman. No, I did what the men can do because that's why I'm in politics. Nevertheless, I asked myself, at the point I was doing this fighting, how many women came out to say,
that is the issue.
This woman was on the street for the president. Why are these men fighting her? Nobody did. So I just fight my team. Then you now hear things like the people within the government come back to tell you, hey, they are not giving you appointments because they say you speak out too much. So as you are speaking out too much, in case they bring you better, you speak. I said, but they were enjoying my speaking out when I was all over, talking, fighting for the government. They were enjoying that voice for themselves. But when it's time to give me what is due to me, you now see me, as I say, I'll keep speaking because I can't change from who I am to somebody else. So women should always learn to speak out, but not in all spheres. So there are things a woman will come and say that to me does not make sense either. But when you are fighting, fight legitimately, have your proof, fight for your rights, and then when it's time to calm. When it's time to involve emotional intelligence, fine. Meanwhile, we talk about women in leadership. Our women that are in leadership in this country, I can say some of them I know are great, pulling women. So many of them are not. That is why we have low representation. Look at Rwanda. Look at some countries that have good representation of women. If you go, have we done anything here that will bring them in or visit them to find out how they were able to get to that level? And if you tell me, if I tell you the truth, they were involving each other. as women. They were passionate about women inclusion. They were not ready to do all this pepper them style of, I am the only woman in the midst of men in this place. You don't even need to say it because it's a shame. You shouldn't have been the only woman.
You made mention of speaking out when it matters.
Yes.
Not just speaking out. Speaking out when it matters.
When it matters. When it makes
now,
sense.
when the women begin to change the narrative and begin to look inwards, just as you rightly put, don't you think it will pull a lot of storm in the political trajectory in Nigeria?
I don't understand what you mean by it will pull. It depends on what they are coming out to speak on.
Definitely.
It depends on what they are coming out to speak.
When they are coming out to speak rightly, as you said.
Yeah, it will add more people. We will have more inclusion because it means that the government or the men also will begin to understand that these women are working in the right direction and they have what it takes for us to move the country forward. So they are speaking to be included so they can add their own quota. You know, women has got a lot to contribute to the betterment of the country. But the problem is those who are now appointing. Who are you appointing? Are you appointing somebody? You appoint somebody who was in sugar circle, selling sugar and rice to come and be federal character
Square
chairman?
pegs in round holes.
Do you understand? So
Okay.
what result are you expecting to get by appointing? Is it by buying appointments? Are we buying the appointment? Because if we are not buying the appointment, there are people that has got the technical know-how, the capacity, the tenacity, the assertiveness to get things right and command national loyalty. Where did you put them? You say they are talking. What are they talking about? For the common man to be remembered. Passion for humanity is what will lift this country to the next level.
Yeah, very well said. If you discover, you look at all the State House of Assembly, you see very few women. You look at National Assembly, House of Rep, and of course the Senate. It's still the same thing we're saying. Very few women. How did we get here? But the fact that we are today advocating that more women should be brought on board to better the nation. Some persons are asking, those times women were added and at the end of the day they were found wanting. What are your thoughts? Like some persons who were appointed some time ago as ministers, as other positions. And at the end of the day, they found themselves putting their hand into
putting their hands inside oil.
Of course, of course.
I didn't want to use all the word in my head.
I know. Touching where they're not supposed to touch.
Exactly. And today now we're advocating for more women to come.
The same women are touching where they're not supposed to touch. Understand? Now, but I just said something before now. That who are those women?
Women.
At what level did you look at their credibility?
These are very educated women too.
Their credibility matters too.
Education is different from credibility.
Are they where you are yes, where you are putting them? Do you think they suit that place, or you just want to be appointing by settlement or by cash
affirmative
and carry?
action?
Do you understand? If you are talking of affirmative action, there are people, they know that these people will represent well. I'm not saying there's any saint anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you understand? But you see people work and eat. Nobody will go to look at what they have eaten. They look at the work they have done. Chop. So nobody is saying that when you get to a position, you are going to fold your hand. No. You are in that position, meaning to whom much is given, much is expected. People are also expected. You are in politics. You want to go back home and pay dues and all of that. But don't overdo this and don't put your hand where it will affect the country or where it will affect the common man.
And your reputation too.
And your reputation too. So these people know the people they are putting there. They know these things. It's not like they don't know. And then for women, I keep telling them, some of you that you have been put in position of authority, stop giving us bad luck. Some of us are still here waiting. Because Federal Character Commission is just like collecting salary, 810 every month. That is not what I used to go to 36 states. It means I cook, I do catering, so I'm working too hard.
We know you.
Are you getting it? So,
we know
so
you.
please don't
You
block the road for others.
Yes, but
do
still,
the needful, do the right thing.
Yeah,
when you are put there, work. Some of you want to make billions. You want to attract sickness for yourself. What is reasonable for you and your family is what you need. All these things are piling up. What are you going to do?
This does not go to the women alone. It has to go to the men too.
Well, we are here for women because we should set a good example. We are the wife, we are the mother, we are the sisters, we are everything.
We are the home.
In fact, these days we are even almost husband. Do you understand? Because women are working so hard now.
Can you expatiate
I say these days, women, some women are even husband. In all ramifications. It's
okay,
true.
today we have
It's true.
ladies at the corporate world. We have bank managers. We have top women in captain of industries.
And some women are
So
even
how
breadwinners.
come, yes, how come it's only in politics that women seem to be relegated? Because in the banking industry, you see a lot of women. I don't want to mention their names because they are not bringing their adverts here.
we have
And of course, there's so many companies all over Nigeria. You have women at the top.
Okay, see.
Why is politics different?
Yeah. See, politics the way it is. You talk about political interference. That political interference issue. Now, public sector, they want results. They are not interested in your effort. That is, you will use the eyes of the banking sector now to see what I just said about women being tenacious, being assertive, and even credible at the same time. The private sector make use of
the very best.
The best. Because they need results. You don't expect a bank to come and give a man just because he's a man, when a woman can bring results. Are you getting what I'm saying? So you now see more women there because what they are doing now is like where they are using us. Let me put it that way. They want to use it to continue to make impact and make more money. But here, it is political. And you know, again, in politics, a lot of what they call contests. And women are not really all out to do what the men are doing. And then that's why I said that 5% may be difficult because you can't come to ENUGU now and say we must have a female governor is a must. No. The people decide who they want to. So that's why when you are in politics as a woman, you now need to, be strong as a man. And then look for money, work hard, get money, and push in so that people recognize you. Do the needful. Let the people love you. They will vote for you when the time comes. Do you understand? So that's why it's that way.
From the look of things, if we look deep or look deeper, I think women tend to even do more to achieve their present positions. What I'm trying to say is where the men will work 50% of 25%, the woman will have to work 50% to be recognized.
That's true.
Or even be thought of giving the position.
That is the area where that affirmative action is required, so that you can have an avenue to have more women through that seamless means, because they have to work more to achieve. I just gave an example of myself. The whole world saw me on the street. Nobody saw GHEGHE. He didn't work at all. You say 50%. The man did not do 5%. They gave him minister. Me, I almost killed myself in the process. Yes, I was almost killed now. Yes. Because I was all over.
I saw every of those videos.
They almost killed me. When Obi came out and spoke against the president, I was the only one who did a press conference over 5 million naira with my money and my group. We were there. It was in the open. You people were there. I raised everybody. And we spoke in favor of the president. That how can you tell a president to come and reintroduce himself? All of that we did. Yes. And I'm a woman, and I still suffer. So that's why I don't want to see myself as a woman. So they are seeing me as a man. Let me remain like that. When God decides to remember me, fine. Because you just said it. I've worked 100% and over. I am not even recognized by them. Somebody who even insulted them and worked for me, I have proof they gave him. So it means next time we'll learn better.
Anyway, we're looking at having more women in leadership positions.
But that shouldn't discourage the women.
Of course.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I was going to say that.
Well, I say it shouldn't discourage the women. They should look at me as a story for them, or as a model. If they call me a role model, fine. For them, that regardless of all this put together, did I leave I want to say AIT?
Yes.
You know AIT, I think my AIT, yes, the people's world.
Of course.
The best television station ever.
Thank
the television station that can recognize the small and the big. Some of us grew up this way.
You discovered that a lot of women are in top positions in AIT.
So AIT has always spoken and always given us avenues and all of that. So now, I didn't leave APC because that's the first party I joined and I've remained in it. I cannot allow, like Ugabara, the chairman, who just came in and he wasn't a member and was giving the chairman of the APC. I can't allow him to chase me away. Do you understand? So women, learn to be assertive, learn to be tenacious, and be humble. Do not let it get into your head. Don't insult the men. You can always persuade them, not for you to roll on the floor, but keep your mind, keep your vision going. Find the right circle. Don't be discouraged. We will get there. Should I, Ginika, not leave the party, and I did not agree that I'm suspended. If that I suspended, is suspended. You cannot
Now, let's come back.
suspended.
You're talking more of politics.
Yeah.
Let's come back to really talking
Leadership.
about women in leadership. Now you've actually spoken your heart, and I hope that those who are supposed to listen are already listening. You are advocating for more women to come on board as leaders in leadership positions, as senators, House of Rep members.
And
What really happened?
She's not even
Why
saying...
did we lose the women in the House of Rep and, of course, the Senate? What happened?
Yeah.
Is it the same men suppressing us? Is that the issue?
Will I say men suppressing us?
Because that also affected the appointments of women in different positions
yes.
as well.
List the women that have been in position. Let's see how many of them that can tell us how much programs they have put together to encourage women in politics. Instead, in politics, you see a woman not encouraging the other woman because she's already there. They even want to be few. They're enjoying the fact that they are few. So that when there are things they want to give to the women there, the women will collect, there will be few to share it. So they are not advocating for themselves. We are not speaking for ourselves. And again, like I said, is a tough terrain.
Yeah.
You understand? So until we change our mindset that we're not competitors, but collaborators, that time we'll be able to get there. So it will keep reducing because those who have been there haven't done anything to really encourage the young emerging politicians to stand firm. Instead, they will tell you the bad story, and then they will not tell you how you can be encouraged to get on board and keep going. So it will continue reducing because affirmative action can only function better when it comes to appointments. When it comes to appointment, we can fill in the gap. But when it comes to contest, like to contest, it's difficult. Because if, for example, let me use my place, Ogu. If Ogu want to vote for me, they'll vote for me as a woman. They'll vote for me as Ginika, not as a woman. They will not say because I'm a woman they're voting for me. They'll vote for me as Ginika, that I'll be able to represent them.
Now that you have mentioned your hometown, Ogu, that is now taking us to leadership at the home front. From our root.
And the community level.
Yes, community level. Do you see more women coming out? Because most political meetings are held dead at night. And a lot of these women are married like yourself. So how do we fight this battle? How do we encourage women to come out more? Because if they come out, definitely that will also attract more appointments. That will attract them winning.
And it will also attract inclusivity.
Yes. Because
as a woman, if you're coming out for meetings and during the community level, you have a say. You have a lot of contributions. You have tasks to be taken, and if you're given these tasks, you will when you fulfill your task, at least your contribution is already beginning to be noticed during that particular level.
Yeah, the fact that women are mothers, women are wives, women are sisters.
And daughters.
Yes, and daughters. We can't find women in the same equal level of representation as the men in Africa.
Wow.
In Africa.
Wow.
Reason being that, what you just said, somebody who is married, going out by 2, everybody cannot be like my husband, Henry. I'm 26 years now in marriage. But because we discussed it, he only asked me, are you done? When are you coming back? I can be out for 2 because, seriously, if you're not going to be made available by that time to move around, that is time when these decisions are
Important
made.
decisions
the
are
reason
taken.
being that during the day, people keep visiting, people keep coming, so they don't have that time to have critical discussions. So it is by that 1 a.m. too that you are there, and the men capitalize on it to make sure that women are not represented. So that's why I said when you join politics and you really want to go into all of, you want to be in government, you need to be available for meetings like that. You need to make yourself available. You need to just wear the garment of a man, because those are the people who can move around. And when you don't, create a good relationship for those who carry you along and tell you how it's happening. So, Ben, however you look at it, it can never be equal. But let's have more, because we are not even up to, I don't think we're up to 10% as we speak now. So,
but
which is a very bad.
You made mention of your husband being understanding, and not every man is.
That's why I said everybody cannot be.
Yes. So I think it's important for you to encourage the men to support the women, especially if they see that this woman has a lot to offer.
Do you know how that can happen? These women that are already in position of authority, those people in the House of Rep and the Senate, If they feel they want more women to come in, they can do programs for couples. Bring husband and wife together. Let their own husband, like mine, can speak. Encourage another man. And they can also speak to women, because you see, these are women too. Small money, their head is already sparking like they are now man. It is even when you make money, you should be more submissive and calm to your home. That is it. See,
you just hit the nail on the head.
That is it. So if you allow them, sometimes you come and encourage your husband to speak to others. The woman may not be you. The next thing, she's insulting her husband in public because of one small money, because they have put you there. Do you understand? So this thing is very complicated.
It takes a lot.
Yes.
It takes a lot.
Very.
It takes a lot. So the way forward, where do we go from here? We want to encourage more women to come out, and of course also encourage the government to appoint more women into leadership positions. We will not look at the past. Okay, a woman has found herself, her hands in the red oil.
Just like the men also do. So why should it be a woman?
So why will it be
why
that
should
it
they
is only
judge
the
according
women
to
that are
when
being
the
talked
men are
about?
worse than the women? It's just that women, we are seen as mothers, and we are seen as people who should at least have that level of integrity, where we should not be found where stealing and all of that. You know, we are seen as people they can trust. So it's like we are betraying their trust when we go the wrong way. But that shouldn't be a yardstick for them to say women shouldn't be given appointment. We need more women. We have women, so many women doing great. Okonjo-Iweala is there. Madam Amina is there. So many women are also doing good. I've mentioned very few, even those that they have not even seen. And I see them around working so hard.
We're already seeing Ginika.
So, and I'm here. Ginika is here, of course.
All right, you're still watching the Sunday show. I was going to say listening. You're still watching the Sunday show on Africa Independent Television, and we're taking a critical look at women in leadership positions, the challenges and prospects. And in the studio with us is Honorable Dr. Mrs. Ginika Florence Tor, LL.B, BLL, and
she's a barrister-in-law.
So many,
we want to say thank you.
So many titles.
So all of us have to go back to school. Yeah. Thank you so much for finding our time. You're busy schedule.
Because see, it's another last word for women. Sometimes you think because you haven't gone to school when you're supposed to, you give up. My parents didn't have money now, so I could do what I could do. I did my diploma as a married woman, and I stopped again. And then finally, at old age, I'm able to go to get my degree in law, did my LL.M also, and even did Harvard,
because
Cambridge,
you have a focus.
And PhD through American Management University. So
because
I'm proud
you have
of
a
it.
focus, you know where you are headed.
Yeah, so I'm encouraging others. Don't give up. It's never too late to get this education however you want it to impact you. So that's why you must keep writing all of them. If I finish PhD, put PhD there for me. Anything,
all right.
put it.
Good to know. Good to know.
Thank you so much.
One thing I need to.
McQueen, we have overstretched the time. We just have to let her go.
I am not asking a question.
Okay,
I'm not asking a question. I'm only trying to do a payoff.
Oh, okay.
The truth about it is we had a very robust discussion today. I want you to know that women are nurturers. And of course, women has passion for humanity, and women has support. They have this passion for support for the grassroots. And the only thing we can do as men is to give them that total support. If we notice that a woman has the onions, all we need to do is to get the oil so we can fry the onions. Thank you very much once again for coming.
Whoa, did you hear
I heard him.
That's a huge romance.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for finding our time
so
to
much.
be with us today.
You.
We appreciate it. Okay, stay with us. The program continues in a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Grab your seats and join us on the most fascinating 60-minute infotainment journey, showing on your favorite TV channel, Africa Independent Television, AIT. Analysis on topical national issues, news, sports, and entertainment are on the menu. It's a show you do not want to miss. It is The Sunday Show.
We hope you enjoyed that chat with our guests. Remember, it's still your show, our show, The Sunday Show on AIT. Please don't forget to keep in touch with us through our social media platforms. We sincerely value your engagement and pledge to keep up the good work. And it is our passion to bring you those thought-provoking issues that have the potentials of helping us make informed decisions as individuals and as a society. Up next on our menu is entertainment, otherwise known as Vibes and Sounds, and a bit of sports with the newsmaker.
Hello, you're welcome to the Vibes and Views segment on the Sunday show. It's time to relax. I am Anu Awojabi.
Listen to this humble African, reaching to all hard-working nations.
Nigerian reggae dancehall singer King's Eyes says it feels good to be back home after a long time in Europe, emphasizing the brilliance of Nigerian music stars and their music to the world.
I feel like this is part of my home now. I've been coming here for a while, since I think 2019. So it's just like a must to be here. My genre, I will say reggae, dancehall, and now fusion of Afrobeat has been very nice. It has been going well. I think Afrobeat being what it is now, Afrobeat, Nigerian music, has taken over the world.
King's Eyes, who was on a courtesy visit to the Dar Communications PLC Lagos office, lauded the contributions of reggae and Afrobeats to the creative industry.
Reggae music isn't what it used to be in Nigeria right now, but the Afrobeat thing, the way Nigerian music took the world by surprise since, let's say, 2015, 16. It's what really, it's not surprising because of the numbers. I mean, because we are many in number. Eat what you grow, grow what you eat, because self-reliance is the true meaning of independence. You know, the lyrics is like this: put your shoulders to the wheel, because manners will not fall from heaven.
Absolutely.
5 + 1 can never be 7.
Absolutely.
Neither can hell turn into heaven. So don't get tricked by this riddle. Remember, heaven only helps those who help themselves. And this is not the time to be waiting to get handout from anybody. We have lots of land. Let's start planting the things ourselves, because we don't need help from anybody else. And that is what I mean by eat what you grow, grow what you eat.
The dancehall singer said his love for reggae was influenced by the works of reggae superstars Bob Marley, Shabba Ranks, Jimmy Cliff, among others.
It's plain to see you're all I need. You're the girl of my dream, and you mean everything.
So baby, it's time you know the truth about my feelings, 'cause I've been loving you ever since I laid my eyes on you.
And that's my package for you on the Vibes and Views segment on the Sunday show. My name is Anu Awojabi. Many thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome to Sports on the Sunday show. I am Lai Lawal. Starting off with golf. The Nigerian Golf Federation, NGF, says it is not relenting in its efforts to make golf a leading sport in the country. NGF President Otubo Olusegun Rushewe reaffirmed his commitment during the unveiling of golf equipment donated by the Royal and Ancient Golf Club of St Andrews, Scotland. At the unveiling ceremony held in front of key stakeholders, including representatives from the National Sports Commission, NGF President Otubo Rushewe expressed his appreciation to the R&A, promising that the donated items will be put to good use.
As of today, there is no single Nigeria in Augustus in the Open. None. But I promise you, from what we're starting here today, in the next 2 years, you'll start to hear the Okafos, the Chidinma, the Abubakar, the Oladimiji, like you hear of football.
He also shared his long-term vision, which focuses on early talent discovery and encouraging greater female participation in the sport, a goal warmly received by other stakeholders present.
Before we have anybody at international level, we must identify them. And if you want to identify any talent, you must have the equipment.
Europe, the entire Europe, they have one of the best youth golf development in the history of the world. And you saw what happened. Over 23% of golfers in America now are ladies and young children. Our projection is I want to make 15% in Nigeria.
With renewed support from international bodies and a clear roadmap for development, the Nigerian Golf Federation is positioning golf for a stronger future, aiming not just to grow the sport locally, but to nurture champions who can compete on the global stage. Moving on, the growing issue of drug abuse in sports and its increasing grip on young athletes took center stage in Abuja. Stakeholders from the sports industry, drug law enforcement, and the health sector gathered at a two-day workshop to discuss the way forward. Substance abuse is becoming a serious problem, especially among young athletes whose careers often fade due to overindulgence in substances. What begins as social use can quickly escalate into performance enhancement. This trend is not only costing young athletes their careers but also impacting their health. To combat this, the FIFA licensed agents Henry Ezefiele, through the Take the Child Off the Streets campaign, brought together coaches, educators, mental health experts, and policymakers to brainstorm solutions to curb drug abuse in young athletes.
Our playground has become a dump for substance abuse. The kids are they want to play, they need facilities that are lacking, but at the same time, they're also endangered with what they see at the pitch.
Prevention is a key pillar of our national drug control strategy. And through initiatives such as this, the agency aims at empowering you with the tools to implement effective drug prevention programs within your spheres of influence.
Because we have direct access to the children that we coach, I believe it's something that we can manage because every child these days wants to excel.
Sports is being redefined as a life-saving tool, training coaches and mentors to recognize early warning signs and intervene before it's too late. And in the Olympics, the 2028 Los Angeles Games will feature an increase in women's football teams from 12 to 16, while the men's competition will be downsized from 16 to a dozen. The IOC said the reason for the change is the rapidly growing popularity of women's team sports, especially in the United States. The total number of players for both men and women will not change.
Again, I think when you look at the incredible popularity of football generally around the world, and within this is the incredible growth of popularity of the women's game, in many ways reflecting the growth of popularity of women's sport generally and women's team sport that we've seen across a number of the Olympic sports over recent games as well. Here, the discussions were around containing the overall athlete numbers, using the same number of venues. And the discussion came up about, was there something innovative we could do to reflect that growth in the women's game, in women's football, and equally with the US being in some ways the home of the highest levels of popularity for women's football. It really opened that discussion between FIFA, LA and ourselves. So that was fully supported on our side, but done very much in partnership with FIFA and with LA28, and we think it'll be an incredible success.
And the Unity Cup Invitational, an annual football competition uniting nations with large diasporas in London, is back after over 20 years. Organizers Afro Sports have confirmed that Brentford's GHEGHE Community Stadium will host the 2025 edition from May 27 to 31st. This year's tournament aims to celebrate African and Caribbean unity using football as a powerful connector of cultures through music, food, and community spirit. Fans can expect fireworks as Nigeria's Super Eagles face their age-old rivals, the Black Stars of Ghana, while Trinidad and Tobago clash with Jamaica's Reggae Boys. The tournament kicks off on May 27th with the grand final set for Saturday, May 31st, featuring both the third place playoff and the Unity Cup final. And in England, Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah has signed a new contract to extend the stay at Anfield till 2027. The Egyptian signed a 2-year contract worth £375,000 per week, ending one of the club's biggest contract sagas of the century. Salah's contract extension means Liverpool broke their golden rule of not handing out new contracts of more than 1 year to players over 30-year-old. He is now the third top scorer in the club's history with 243 goals in 394 appearances, having overtaken Billy Liddell and Gordon Hodgson this campaign. Meanwhile, Southampton Football Club has been relegated from the English Premier League following a 3-1 defeat against Tottenham in a match-day 31 fixture at the Tottenham Stadium. With 8 more matches in the 2024-2025 campaign, the Saints' predicament is the earliest relegation in the Premier League history. And barely 24 hours after their relegation, the Saints also confirmed the sacking of manager Ivan Juric. The former Croatian international's time at St. Mary's lasted just 108 days, having been appointed in December. During his time at the club, Juric won only 2 of his 16 matches in charge in all competitions, picking up only 4 points in the league, which leaves Southampton bottom of the standings with 10 points. And the UEFA Champions League, Paris Saint-Germain secured a 3-1 first-leg win over Aston Villa in their Champions League quarter-final clash on Wednesday, with Nuno Mendes scoring deep into stoppage time to cap off a dominant display. Earlier goals from Desiree Doe and Kvicha Kvaratskhelia overturned Morgan Rogers' early strike. Elsewhere in Spain, Barcelona crushed Borussia Dortmund 4-0, with Robert Lewandowski scoring twice against his former club. Rafinha and Lamine Yamal also got on the scorer's sheet. In London, Arsenal pulled off a stunning upset, defeating Real Madrid 3-0. Declan Rice's 2 free kicks and a Michael Merino goal did the job for the Gunners, who are looking to reach the semi-final for the first time since 2009. The winners of the tie over 2 legs will face either Aston Villa or Paris Saint-Germain in the semi-final. Meanwhile, Inter Milan saw off German giants Bayern Munich 2-1 in their first leg quarter-finals tie. In the Europa League, a stoppage time finish from Ryan Cherrik on Olympique Lyon, a dramatic 2-2 draw with Manchester United in the first leg of their quarter-final on Thursday. United's goalkeeper, Andre Onana, was the center of the attention after his pre-match war of words with Lyon midfielder Nemanja Matic, where he was described as the worst goalkeeper in United's history. Onana's performance on the night did not vindicate him, as his pair of errors denied Manchester United a crucial victory over Lyon in the tie. Elsewhere, Tottenham and Eintracht Frankfurt settled for a 1-1 draw, with Bodo Glimt humbling Lazio 2-0 in the first leg quarter-finals affair. That's sports on the Sunday show. Many thanks for watching. I am Lai Lawal.
And public engagement by providing direct insights into the policies, initiatives, and reforms shaping the ministry's objectives. The Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Chuga, indeed a seasoned diplomat, deserves commendation for his commitment to promoting Nigeria's image on the global stage through proactive diplomacy, strategic international engagement, and a clear articulation of Nigeria's foreign policy objectives. Similarly, the Honorable Minister of Interior, Dr. Tunji Ojo, has brought remarkable innovation towards repositioning the ministry in line with the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Under his leadership, the ministry has undergone transformative changes that have significantly enhanced the ease and efficiency with which Nigerians engage with and access its services. Since the launch of the 2025 series of ministerial press briefing, 7 of my colleagues, honorable ministers, have taken the stage to present their scorecards to Nigerians. Let me re-emphasize that each minister will have the opportunity to engage directly with Nigerians during this forum, leading up to the 2025 Democracy Day celebrations. This initiative, being driven by the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, highlights the government's commitment to accountability. It equally serves as a platform to keep Nigerians informed about the ongoing policies and programs of the TINUBU administration to foster active citizens' engagement in the nation's governance process. I hereby take the liberty to reaffirm the commitment of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration to upholding press freedom and creating a conducive environment for the media to practice in this country. This administration believes that a free and responsible press is essential for good governance, transparency, and national development. Let me emphasize that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as a foremost Democrat, is fully committed to protecting the constitutionally guaranteed rights of all Nigerians, and also encourages constructive criticism and healthy opposition because of their essential role in reinforcing and deepening our democratic framework.
That is the size of our package today. We thank you so much for being a part of it. And we urge you to still keep a date with us this time, same time next week for yet another interesting package. On behalf of the entire team, we say thank you for being a part of the show. My name once again is Obi Ajuru. And
my name is McQueen Joseph, and I'd like to say have a wonderful week ahead and be a good Nigerian.
Be that which you want to see. God bless Nigeria. Bye-bye now.
Amen.